Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Suraj Singh to talk about subject Bharat India, an analytical informative talk on COVID-19. Status is 20th December 2020 and report is on 21st December 2020, that is this day, today, Monday. And this Excel file, screen share. Every day I keep you informed, and it is in that chain, that sequence, you can say. Before going further, I'll just inform you, maybe you know that another type of COVID, in continuation to COVID side effects, has entered to many countries like European England, Italy, many others, and also our Bharat, India. Means it's intensifying every day, moment to moment, hours to hours, and day to day. But we are not very concerned with that because we are called Bharatvasi, Indian, those who believe in sleeping and not being active. Our past word is passive, not active. Well, I don't want to start with criticism, but to show facts to you regarding what has happened. Something miraculous has happened, that strain, COVID strain virus is 70% more powerful than what is already there. 70% more powerful, and we are very less powerful because we don't believe in testing our patients or so-called individual who would be patient. We don't bother. Individuals tested yesterday on 20th December has gone down to 9,134. Here you can see. It's gone down, we'll talk back, but just I'm informing we have gone down. And before moving further, let us see what is all over our country's status, and that is state-wise status. This is for today, report based on yesterday's records. And let us say, state name, total cases, active cases, discharge cases, death cases, active ratio, discharge ratio, death ratio. We will talk of these three parameters after going through number of cases that were recorded yesterday in Maharashtra, 18.96518 lakhs. I am talking in lakhs, please. I will not speak lakhs at end. Karnataka 9.094669, Andhra Pradesh 8.78723, Tamil Nadu 8.06891, Kerala 7.05869, all in lakhs. Delhi 6.17005, all in lakhs. Uttar Pradesh 5.74828, Odisha 3.26233, Rajasthan 2.98996, Telangana 2.81730 lakhs, Chhattisgarh 2.67219, Haryana 2.57644, Bihar 2.46185, Gujarat 2.35299, Madhya Pradesh 2.318284, Assam 2.14409 lakhs, Punjab 1.63042 lakhs, Jammu and Kashmir 1.18263 lakhs, Jharkhand 1.13025 lakhs, Uttarakhand 86,317, Himachal Pradesh 52,329, Goa 5,006, and Pondicherry 3,774, Tripura 331, Manipur 2,764, Chandigarh 1,907, Arunachal Pradesh 166, Meghalaya 1325, Nagaland 118, Ladakh 992, Sikkim 557, Andaman and Nicobar 48, Mizoram 41, Dadar Nagar Haveli 33, and Lakshadweep 0. And this is where we are. Before that, we have to know about what actions are being taken, what shall have been taken, what actions shall be taken. This must be considered by doing some analysis. This is the basic requirement of whatever analysis we do. And what can we do? How can we fix a required milestone? How can we reach that stage which is risk-free? That risk evaluation is very important in whatever analysis. Where is risk? How to identify risk and how to handle that? Where hazard? We have to control hazard. That's called hazard. JHA, we call it JHA. It is called job hazard analysis. So that GHA we can conduct only if this though it's not job, it's COVID-19, though it's job or somehow now, but we have to understand hazard, what is analysis. For that analysis, once we do analyze, we find how to resolve that problem which reveals out of that analysis, and that's called milestone fixing, and those milestones accumulate to control schedule, and that control schedule used for purpose of resolution of that one, and that is these three parts: active ratio, discharge ratio, and that ratio. We have to consider these three here. Active ratio now according to this report is 3.21% of all patients who are declared positive, 3.21% is active. 3.21% number is active, 92.81% is discharged. Those who are discharged, but discharged only, don't say recovered fully. I can differentiate between those who are discharged and recovered. Recovered means they will never get back COVID, but here the thing is different. They can get back COVID strain as well. So you cannot say solidly they are discharged. This misconception created by some polyrex people or someone else. And 1.2% of those who have lost their lives. So we have to combine these two. It is 4.41% for certain damage, certain action and loss, and also 92.8% we are thinking we have got free from them, but that is false. That is not true. Now for purposes of analysis, we have to understand this point. First we consider 1.2% loss of life, which is not in any way recoverable because they have lost this world. They've gone back to their permanent home. Those people, 1.2%, which is not a small quantity if you consider our population, because our population is 130 crore, and that 130 crore is really very, very, you can say, very, very large one, keeping a brief status of population of whole world. We are number one now, leaving aside China as far as COVID-19 is concerned. As that, we have to consider 1.2%, and when we multiply it by 130 crore people, we get 1.55 crores deaths. Maybe you are saying, I'm just worrying you. No, I'm not worrying you. I am warning you, not worrying you. There is no meaning of worrying because it's already done. There is no news about how many people have died except those which are on records, but all others. Because you have tested only what we have tested, that's why we have to keep in mind, we have tested only 12.469%. When only this much, only 12.469% we have tested, this means with guarantee, we can say 1.2% of those, this means 1.2% of those out of these tested, that is 12.469%. If you take 1.2% of those 12.2, you can say about, 1.4 for something here. So out of this 16.21 crore, we have allowed 1.2% go, but 87.53% people are isolated, you can say, in a way of testing. They are isolated of testing, which is a point of concern. Isolated from testing, this means their status of having positive or negative COVID is unclear. That's the reason we are taking conservatively or conventionally, statistically, 130 crore people proportionately to 1.2%, so that result is 1.55 crores. We can assume 1.55 crores people have died at 1.2 in the first instance. Then every 3 months, which is called a quarter, I can add 0.25 factor, or you can say factor to 1.2, so that 1.2 becomes 1.25, and then it goes to 1.87%. Like this, it goes on increasing to 7.13%, at 25th month. Though it has not come, we are somewhere here, 2.34 and 2.94. We are somewhere here, let us say 2.34%. It is in place of 1.2. If it is that 2.34, then we must have lost 3.04, statistically 3.0 crore, before that 2.43 crore, and before that 1.94 crores. Keeping value of 130 crores into our calculation. If we continue like this as is happening, as strain is also appearing now, it may reach more than 9.9% in 25th month, though that is far away. We are just somewhere here, so we have plenty of time to understand and cover this risk area. This is very much risk area for our country and also for whole world. The point lies in, I am considering only this. If I take this into consideration, let us say this into consideration, involving death as well as action, active cases, you can see scenario how it works. It works from 5.73 crores to 34 crores, which is very, very critical point that we have to understand. We have to keep in our mind, forget what others say, think ourselves what we say. So I undo it, and let us see this graphics which says up to 9.27. So this portion is really very, very critical, and we have to keep in mind how to understand, how to handle it. If we fail to handle it, we cannot overcome COVID-19 impacts. No way out. No way out. We have to chart out this form. How engineers and other professionals can understand this. What actions are required? What actions are being affected? What actions are being ignored? These three questions must be raised. And what is future course that must be done? And when we know future course, means in this future course, we can fix target milestones. And once we fix target milestones, means we can constitute, we can produce control schedule that is called how to get free of COVID-19 in how many months. That is what is professionally required. But this information, all this information is completely missing from scientific data given by government. I am naming it scientific because they are giving daily. Only in terms of records, not in terms of certain analysis. No analysis is being done by anybody, and no prediction is made how to scientifically control or fight with it. They may only say, we are doing very good, we are doing very excellent, but without providing any explanation, any description how to handle it or how have they handled it. Only saying vaccines are coming is no solution. That is just to cover your using that vaccine program, vaccine shield, to keep themselves safe and nothing else. So now I would say you have to keep in your mind this text of chart, and you can say this graphics that is showing this very important. If you can understand this, I think you will be clear about what can you afford. Here 3 crore people, 3 or 4 crore people, and after couple of months, 9 crore people. Can we afford that? That's my point of view. Now going back to our observation sheet that we use for analysis. This sheet I have been using, and it has been every day developed further, keeping more and more cells incorporated into the sheet for better understanding of this data. Those who may see first time, I'll just give them what actually this is. It says the first column is serial number column. Serial number, whatever date we say, that's very common. 7 is report day, Third is remark. Fourth is remark means there are some assumptions for something and there are something erroneous. So that's only that type of remark. That's not observatory remark, just remark to check in. So then we say population, and I'm using every row with one cell of population so that it's easy, the ease of calculation. And then percentage daily tests in relation to population, which is a point of great concern here. You see, yesterday it was 0.069% only. 0.069% people were tested, you can say just little more than 0.5%. I mean, not half, yes, 0.5%, 0.05, and little more than that. So 16, you say this column is, you can say this column is here, total number of update of those who have been tested, and this is here 16.21 crores. That is in a period duration of 296 days, which is starting from, this is March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and 21 days of December. That's what I'm saying. That point is that. So in 296 days, we have tested only this. And if you say per day, how many we have tested, you can simply use this and see how many we have said. So you can say, I think there's some wrong. Maybe, wait a minute. Yes. Let's say plus 130 over 296. Hold on. So plus, so many people we tested divided by 296. So yes, this is 5.47629.49. I keep it here bold forever until we report this, just to give a warning sign here what have we been doing, and that's where it's required, not required to understand. So let us make it also a kind of, no, it's not working, this color is no good. So let us take a different color for this. So we say that this is also 5 point, you can say daily days, each day test, each day since 1st of March 2020, let us say that, each day. So this is what we are doing. 5,47,630 individuals we tested in one day. If we keep an average, though till yesterday it was 16.2, and those who tested yesterday were I can say only, you can say 10 lakhs, 9 lakhs 134. 9 lakhs 134 yesterday. So though it's above average, but it doesn't work, it doesn't give required results. So let us consider what we did yesterday. His entry says, I'm sorry I did not complete that. Let's go back and see what we did. So test update, total percentage total test done to populations. That's I've told you how it is. Total test done to population, it is that one. Total test done is 12.4%, according to 4.6%. 4% 87.53% are still remaining. And if you see here, daily tests conducted, how many tests were conducted yesterday, and each day it is 9 lakhs 134, and yesterday was 11.076. So there's a drop in that. What drop is there? If you say, let us say drop is there, let us say what drop is there, we'll see. We'll do this bracket wise. We'll say that when a drop is there, just for purpose of understanding, there is a drop of this, and we can say divided by this, multiplied by 100. There's a drop of 23%. This is worrisome. Drop of 23% in 2 days. Maybe it was Sunday. They will simply answer that it was Sunday. So it is war situation or it's normal situation. I cannot understand. COVID is being dealt with war or it's being dealt in the normal work environment. I don't know, this is still saying below average. So 23% drop is a question mark here. And we will see later on how it works. So we have fixed this point here and this point here. Let's move further. You can say up or down. Let's say down it is. So I can say it is down. Here you can say, all right, we'll see. I explained to you 23% drop is there. Now let's go to this point where it is. It is infection update, that this percent daily test or total test, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Infection update is that what is condition now, what the status is now. It says 10 crore 55,560 we have achieved this target. So there was no target as such, I'm just joking. More than 10 crore, that is 10 crore, 1 crore, not 10 crore, 1 crore, 1 crore 55,560 individuals have been recorded positive. Means 10 million, more than 10 million individuals have been recorded COVID positive. So it's not actual figure, it's figure based on report. Actual figure is something else. We know that it's about this 9 crore. According, if you take into proportion of this, then we say here percentage of positive infection over total test done. Positive infection of total test done, which is here, it's now 6.2. Well, it's okay, 6.2 according to record. And this is number of records we did yesterday, infections yesterday, and it is 24,337 because of low testing, low people, lower number of tests and like that. And this is number of death. Updated that till now, that's update, and this is yesterday we recorded 14,58,10, there's 1,45,810. So this is what it is about. Now point lies again same here. Same thing lies again and again. Thank you, Mr. Yasin, for joining and wishing me. One of our friends, member Mr. Yuvraj Singh, has just joined. He is commenting, Jai Shri Krishna Radhe, with best wishes for your good health and precious of your choices and decisions that are going to be good for you and your family members and friends. Thank you, Mr. Yuvraj Singh, for your comments. It's very crucial hour. We are talking COVID, and COVID has encompassed our environment very, very thoroughly, and this nut has to be broken, but it cannot be broken without understanding this problem. We have to understand this problem, and if we do not analyze and understand the problem, we cannot reach certain resolution. But government is sleeping, and people are sleeping. Unfortunately, this first country I have seen where people are not serious at all. They are not serious, government is not serious, no one is serious. I'm not blaming this, I'm just telling the truth. So what's happened, this data clearly says this is just a data more than 3 months, but it tells from beginning what has happened. There was no organization, nothing. Still there is no organization, I can say. Still it lies unorganized. No one is organized, no one is responsible. Ministers, Prime Minister, President, all are sleeping, I can say. They have been sleeping. They don't think it's a serious problem. It's growing every day. You can see chart means it's growing every day, and now COVID strain has also entered Europe and our country as well. It's a very serious issue. It's going to break bones of everyone if you don't understand it, because it affects the nasal flow. It's like the spinal flow, sinus flow, and it affects, lungs and everything. It's very, very serious issue, but people are not serious, unfortunately, because of being ignorant and because of having no direct information. Government is not projecting anything. They're not giving any analytical projection. They don't have even any time how long it will take to control this. That's the problem we have been facing, and everybody should be serious about this. Just thinking that something is there is not enough. We have to be active society, not passive society. We are all passive society, unfortunately. Our culture has become very passive. We look at others to find solutions. We don't self-control ourselves. We don't even try to analyze and to understand and to chart where risk lies in. It's really very, very bad. Well, people sleep. This means certainly they will suffer. I'm not blaming people as well, because until people are well educated, we cannot say that they are right or not. One minute, please. कौन? यार ये बड़ी मुसीबत है, मतलब चली जाती है। अब मैं खोलने जाऊँ इसको। कौन है? इस बंद करके आगे जो हॉस्पिटल बन रहा है। वो था ना। Really, I'm very sorry. We should be very serious society, like other societies. England also slept before, but now they have become very serious. America had been sleeping, that's also serious now. France has opened its eyes, but we are still there. We are busy in political scandals. We are busy in politics everywhere. We are busy in elections. We are not busy in population. We are not busy in health control. Health, safety, and environments are very triple issues which must be taken due care. But unfortunately, we are not taking any care. And I am blaming society. I am not blaming politicians. Because politicians are always crooked. All politicians are crooked. We cannot depend our life on them. We cannot leave them for us. It's people of this country who is actual government. Every one of us must consider that we are government, not executive government. We are constitutional parliament. We are constitutional executive. We are constitutional justice ourselves. We have to decide what we have to do. And if we don't decide, we leave it to someone else. It doesn't work. So I'm really very, very serious about this issue. And I'm not finding such information on any national media or in national newspapers or from government. I don't know the reason behind that. Such an intensive, powerful, offending situation with us, but no one exists in this country. I even sent this few of these list of video URLs to ministry on their website, but they never ask anything. They never respond correctly. Such non-serious people are sitting everywhere, and I really do not support such sleeping governance. Lip service does not work. Our government does lip service, and I don't get anything. You can't get anything from that lip service. That's very important point. We need active service. We need educating our people. People have become careless. This doesn't mean you can blame people. People are not listening. People never listen. You have to make them listen. That's the only way. People are not highly educated, and those who are educated, those who are intelligent, they are covered, I can simply say. We have many crores people who are educated in this country of level of doctors, engineers, professors, chartered accountants, advocates, judges, and all those who are there. But they are not doing any active service except doctors, we are bound to do, but others are not even teaching people, don't even ask government certain questions. I think they are not intellectuals, they are dummy. I may say that to an extent COVID-19 is concerned. I'm sorry for that. But this statement is urgently to be made because people deserve such talk. Well, I would say we have to find solution now. No need of further criticism because the criticism also got one limit. So what I say, what's actually, which direction we are moving to, point is that we are moving to in very dangerous direction. And direction is exploration, explosion you can say. Explosion is, there is complete explosion we are moving into, and that explosion is here. And that is, explosion. I know that explosion is here. Nation, though sleeping, it has to stop allowing corona to make nuclear fission, to result in nuclear. You know what's nuclear fission? That is, work of chain reaction of uranium U-234, uranium-234 into, explosive state. And you can see this graph itself, which speaks so much about this graph, which is speaking itself. They just want to keep it down. They don't allow it up, while fact is different. Fact is different. And they just want to play with public just to hide data. And you think, what is the reason that it's gone down to 9 lakhs, which is a drop of 23% here. I think we calculated that one. Yes, the 20% drop in 2 days. Yes, there's a Sunday, it's holiday. It doesn't mean let people die, right? So that's why you are recording 24,337 yesterday, which is also down. This, of course, in testing account. So question is not what state is saying. Question is what's going to happen. That's point of view. It's going to happen that 113.79 crores people have been ignored till now. No test has been done. There's no mandate on test. There's no compulsion on test. And if you say, if this continues, if this state continues, and say same system goes on moving, it requires 1,112 days for remaining people to be tested. If it goes like that, I assume there is no such system. Nobody is, under test. It's up to you. If you feel something, some symptoms, you go and have test, or call medical test, or you can say medical laboratory to you, and get test done. In 2000, I think it's 2,400, whatever amount it is, and pay them, get report. And if you get positive, isolate yourself in your home or wherever you want, in some hospital. Spend everything required for that medical treatment, your own responsibility. It's no more state responsibility. Unfortunately, in that environment, in that state we are living in, where government or state forgot to take care of each and every individual, and that's what result is. If you say this 12% people, this means 12.5% people are those who are high ups, who are having money, who are affluent, they can afford expenses. And remaining people are those who are in downtrodden state, who are very, very poor workers, very, very poor, you can say, living in jhopris and slums and clusters. Those people may not afford. And this is that part. So there are two parts. One is affluent part, other is non-affluent part. So you can understand what's happening. Affluent part is ignored, and affluent part is already, they are able to afford all this, and this is their data. This data is those who do not even know what shall happen with them. And that's what I'm saying. Nuclear explosion is going to happen soon for 113.79 crore people. This is where we have to fight. This fight is required. How to fight that? Who can fight that? This data says if this goes on, it shall take 3.05 years to deal with this. 3.0 years. 3 years to say. You think it's a joke? 3 years. And you think you will wait for that? If you wait for that, you will wait and go to God. That's all. In 3 years, you may contract, COVID-19, and without treatment, you will contract Yamraj, right? That's what I say. Only way is you have to strengthen ourselves. We have to empower our system. And now it says 3 years, and this is months here. If you say this months, in 3 months, if you want to do it in 3 months rather than 37 months, so we have to give you a factor of 12. We have to multiply our resources, whatever resources we are using, 12 times and complete 91 days, so that every day 1 crore 25 lakhs people are tested. And let's say it may be 4 here, then it will be, you can say 122 days, and we required to test 1.14 crore people. And let's say, okay, let's go maximum to 5. It will be, you can say 7 times multiplication of resources and 1.13 crore people. And so, okay, 6 months if you give, in that case, you can say, you can say 60, this is now that, this one is that. I repeat this is an error in speech. So this is that data, because I think this has blown up too much. Just a minute, yes. Let's keep a little long. So when I say, I do again and say, let us say it is here, hold on. Just a minute, just a little more. Yeah. So let's say it is 5 months. In 6 months, we require to test 62.35 lakhs per day. In 5 months, if you say, we require 74.82 lakhs per day. And in 4 months, if you say 93.52 lakhs per day. And if 3 months, we say 1.2 crore per day. That's here, 1.25, you are not seeing this. That's here, 1 crore 25 lakhs per day. This is analytical ratio I'm giving to suppress this one, which is 1,112 days, which is impossible to do that. And now we can say which one we have to go between 3 and 6. So if we in 3 months we have to multiply 12 resources. In 6 months we have to have 6 times. So we have to test 62.35 lakhs to 124 lakhs. Means 1.25 crores. This is what is required. If we can do fine, and current situation is about 36 crores people might have been infected by now. So this is, and you can see this graph is always there. And what it says, and final observation is that here we can say, this is very important point here. Inefficient people, inefficient government, sleeping people, sleeping government. Drastic failure in COVID control, and no one is interested in government to test the population. There is no change in government policy, no policy available. No serious exists in Bharat. India's sleeping status continues. This is what this data says of report regarding report on 21st 12 this day. So what we should do? Should we dance? The government is doing nothing, or we should beat government? And should we teach ourselves? Should we change attitude of public? It depends upon you. It doesn't depend upon me. Government is required to handle these issues. If government wants to run away from its issues, from its responsibilities, then it's the responsibility of people automatically. That responsibility comes back to people of this country or whatever country, that you take your care, because your delegated responsibility which you gave to government, for which it is constituted, that government doesn't work, what to do. Just giving this data is not adequate. I'm not elected my MPs and who elected government just for this data, you think? Did we elect our system for this data? Or we elected our parliament, elected our MPs, and who elected in turn executive for this purpose that we have to do our job ourselves? Yes, in extreme cases, rare cases can be. But this is now very common. Every government of the world is taking care of its people except our brilliant, so-called intelligent, so-called never before existed government. We are sleeping and doing nothing. I am openly saying that. Data is not 1 day old. It contains more than 3 months statistics, and we have seen since March now to 95 days, 300 days, that government failure for sure exists. So I should say, still time exists if government opens its eyes, opens its minds, and people show its red eyes to government rather than to someone else. Public should make its eyes red and show those red eyes to government as a sign of anguish, expression of anguish. Then only we can say we can move to avoid some risks. Those risks are coming according to health, safety, and environment. This is health issue. It's neither friend of anybody. This issue is very, very serious, and we cannot jokingly take that issue into our consideration. It's very, very serious issue, and if we are serious, we can say we can handle that issue. Otherwise, we sleep, everything shall sleep. COVID is working, it's doing its job, what is given to it, but we are not trying to digest it. People have not done their responsibility. Some people say, oh, nothing happens to me, and that's not case, means that person, it's not fault of a person who says that nothing has happened to me. It's because of lack of information. That person is not fully educated about what is plus and minus of this COVID, how does it impact, and how does now new term is strain, COVID strain would impact, which is going to infect you with, you can say, fungus, black fungus. This is very dangerous, and it's for sure leads one affected patient to death, and that's very serious case, and it acts more than much 70% more speed than what COVID currently does. So R factor has gone up, and we should realize this fact that R factor has gone up. We should not simply leave it aside and say, okay, we are in best control, we are done best in the world. That is just nonsense statement. Best in world, nothing else can be done best in world. World countries are doing much better than us. Not only medically, they are doing financially as well. But there's no aid from government on this account to people in a considerable way. Just giving bag or tips, it doesn't mean anything. If you give 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees to someone and say, okay, you enjoy COVID with this money, that is called utter nonsense. I have given complete description on text of this video. You can see that description, which is very, very gruesome. And we be serious about this, which plainly says, let me read something. COVID-19 report, it says Bharat, India has already crossed 1 crore COVID-19 patients out of 16.21 crores, or only 12.469% population tested. No plan is available for remaining 87.531% population remaining untested, which has made it impossible to fix certain requirements, milestones, and sketching out prospective time scale based plan. Testing has been non-conducive and realistic. The future of COVID-19 in Bharat, India cannot be correctly forecast or predicted analytically. In this connection, I had sent emails, many days past, giving all about URLs to Government of India, which emails acknowledgement has been received, but no further response from Government of India. No change in acceleration program is visible. In fact, testing speed has been still very unsatisfactory. No change seems to be on part of Government of India to an extent testing of the whole population is concerned. Government of India doesn't take any responsibility for testing of common citizen. It's assumed to be responsibility of citizen to have it tested if one feels that it's affected by COVID-19. Government of India has distanced itself from owning public health responsibility. Total tests conducted on up to 20th, that's yesterday, there's already there 16.21 crores, and tests conducted on 20, there's 9 lakhs something. Total corona infections till yesterday, this is more than 10 crores, and positive declares 24,337. which looks to be manipulation, and that's update till yesterday, 14, 5810, that's 1.45 lakhs 810. Population tested is 12.469% only since March 2020, while untested population is 87.531%. Time required for whole population test is 1270 days or 1112 days, depending on page percentage. Shall you accept this? That's a question mark. Why is government of India not improving its performance? It's not clear. Why is government of India sleeping? It's not clear. No answer from them. Government of India doesn't look anxious to test all citizens. Speed is too low. Why should people of Bharat? They suffer for none of their faults. Only sufferers are poor sections who cannot afford treatment. Why are suffering? People not raising voices, all people voiceless. Sorry. Why has the government of India left this responsibility onto people? It seems that all people shall not be tested because till now no change in policy of government has been observed. In fact, there is no policy at all. Poor people, if you intend to be COVID-19 tested, do it by your own expenses because no government of India exists for you. You spend 1,200 to 2,400 rupees for testing on time, depending on which area you are located. After testing or being detected positive, pay for your treatment as well, along with medical assistance cost. Remember that medical attendant charge is 1,500 to 3,000 per day, depending on location of your residence. If you isolate in your room, also all expenses of attendance, food, boardings, and lodging you have to afford. You have to buy medicines, injections, oxygen if required, pay for ventilator as well, and all PPE necessary for attendant. If you stay in hospital room, rent yourself could cost you around 10,000 to 20,000 a minimum per day. Therefore, be ready with many lakhs rupees. People shall have to decide for themselves for their access. No one responsible for it. For Government of India, COVID-19 virus solution has to happen. Come what may, due to the insufficiency and sleeping attitude of Government of India, COVID-19 shall certainly explode in Bharat, India, in form of COVID-19 nuclear fission. A nation where neither public is serious nor Government of India is serious. Nothing other than explosion can happen. A society that remains non-serious and on top that sleeping should face that result. Nation that cannot think to resolve problems seriously, such results are imminent. Nation cannot wait for many years to have prevention from impact of COVID-19. Out of my understanding that 1.3 billion people, including many crores intellectuals, but lip service only. Speak up all to take necessary action because Government of India is in totality lethargic. Government of India is trying to ignore COVID-19 by diverting issues, think to get work, get a working government and not current sleeping one. Guard can also sleep and often sleeps. This is what observations, general observations and specific observations apply on current situation. Many of you shall be angry with me, but your being angry or not being angry doesn't solve any problem. Facts cannot be denied. Facts cannot be denied because this data and this talk is an objective for people. If they get something of this, nothing to do with government or someone else, because I am not related to government. I am a part of public, and public problem is higher than government solutions. When government fails to help people, it's only people who have to self-help, and that stage exists, that time has come. If you think something will happen automatically, it will not happen. Nothing shall happen. Therefore, I would say all people must understand facts. Data is for public, not for government, because I have sent videos and there is no response. This means explicitly that government has no clearance about itself. They have no worry, they have no concern about poor of this country, about common citizens of this country, and which is mark of interrogation. Zero effect government exists there. It's not because I want to criticize government. This data itself announces it. I'm just reading this data and equipping you with this information because it's duty of national channels, national media, national newspapers, and national ministry to provide correct and full information. But those people have got themselves off this information, they are avoiding public to know facts. But when such agencies have such powers, avoid facts, then it's public who reveal facts to itself. Self-help, and that's what's required. Self-initiative, self-help, self-identification of job or hazard analysis, self-identification of risks, understanding of risks, and then finding solutions to cover up those risks. That is what is required, which we are not doing. So with that, I'll take your leave, because no meaning in talking more, because there's no interest